All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up. All we got is us look down the bench like it's championship or bust. Next man up.
What's up, New York Liberty Fan TV? It is your boy Rem. The Liberty win 90-75 and take the series lead 1-0 at Barclays Center last night. Before I tap in and talk to you, I do need you to do me a favor and hit that like button, hit that follow, comment, turn on your notifications for New York Liberty Fan TV. We are presented by the Bucket for Bucket Podcast Network. It was an amazing game yesterday. Our first playoff game, obviously, since last year. And, they did not disappoint us, hands down. They definitely had that season closer in their minds, and you could tell, especially with Sabrina. But we're going to tap into it and get into it a little bit. This game was definitely close at the start of the first two quarters. The first half was pretty close, evenly knotted. As we stated in our last playoff preview, that the Washington Mystics and the New York Liberty are pretty evenly matched. Since 2005, they've seen each other 26 times. Yesterday being the 27th, but they've seen each other 26 times. And prior to that, they are evenly matched. 46 times, and they are evenly matched at 23 and 23 in the regular season. They split that. But they came ready. And let's look at the team comparison real quick. The team comparison, New York Liberty knocked down 12 threes, 12 of 34 to Washington's 5 threes. Field goals, pretty close, evenly knotted. As I always say, the rebounding matchup is where you know who will win the game, especially if they really out-rebound. But this was pretty close with the rebounding. It was 43-37 in Liberty's favor, but I want to point out one thing. The Liberty assist on about 70% of their makes this season, which is a basketball high. They only had 18 assists yesterday, and that goes to show you the disruption that the Washington Mystics do have. You look at Ariel Atkins, you look at Natasha Cloud, Brittany Sykes. They're very athletic, they're active, and they give the Liberty a little bit of trouble. And what can I say? We definitely had to ride the coattails of Betnijah Laney at that first half. She was the one who really kept us in this game. I know the player of the game is Sabtina Ionescu, hands down, but we do not win this game without Betnijah Laney's first half effort. And I want to highlight a certain play. I believe it was in the first half, in the second quarter, that buzzer beater. After she got that offensive rebound, she fought for the offensive rebound and got that buzzer beater and just screamed into the crowd going into halftime. And I think that's where she really energized not only the Liberty, but she energized the crowd. The crowd really came with it. It was a great game, the playoff atmosphere. First of all, before I even get more into the game, the stars were really in the building last night. It was a star-studded Barclays Center. We had the Brooklyn Nets out there. The whole Brooklyn Nets was there. Mikhail to see his favorite player, Sabtina Ionescu. I don't know who's a bigger Sabtina Ionescu fan. I thought I was, but Mikhail, he takes the cake. He takes the cake, hands down. But the stars were in the building. As you know, her is at almost every Barclays Center game, so shout out to her, an amazing artist. Sue Bird was in the building. Goats, obviously, to see Stewie, and just to see a great game. We had Sue Wicks in the building as usual. Teaspoon was in the building. Teaspoon with amazing message to set it off to not only the Liberty, but also the fans, and she got us really hyped for that first playoff game. Cheryl Swoops was in the building. I love to see me some air swoops. Loves to see Cheryl Swoops. She definitely was in the building. And then, next to Teresa Weatherspoon, I got to shout out Monica McNutt. If you're a big Knicks fan, if you know, what's up, Monica McNutt. We love us some Monica. And then the superstars, we had Malala. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but we had Malala. She's an education activist, and all of the work that she has put in this world for education. And then we had the legendary Billie Jean King. So that was huge. And there's definitely some others in the building. I'm sorry if I missed you, but it was really, really a star-studded event at Barclays Center last night. So we got to shout out the New York Liberty for what they are doing. Let's look at the box score real quick because we must talk about what the starters did. Again, the starters scored 85 of the 90 points that the New York Liberty dropped last night. So we definitely have to, again, keep mentioning how vital Benijah Laney was in that first half. Without Benijah Laney, I'm going to continue to say this, the Liberty do not win this game. She really held it down, and she kind of matched all of the intensity that the Washington Mystics were bringing. Our X Factor, I told y'all, she's one of our X Factors. We need JJ to have a huge performance throughout the entire playoffs. Not just this game, not just this series, but the entire playoffs. And when I say that, I say average a double-double, be the best rebounder on this team, and just command space in that interior. Make sure nobody comes in here with any of that funny stuff and protect that paint. And that's what she did yesterday. JJ had 20 points and 12 rebounds. She also had 4 assists and a steal. I also believe she had a block as well. So those are the kind of quality minutes we need from JJ for her to stay out of foul trouble, to stay aggressive, and make the Washington Mystics bigs work. Looking at Breanna Stewart did not have a great offensive game, but she did what she had to do on the defensive end. She had about four blocks and steals combined. She also moved the ball. She had 4 assists, 8 rebounds, and 10 points. But I'm going to continue to say that the Washington Mystics, their team has they kind of found the key. They kind of found the key to guarding Stewie. But Stewie doesn't let that translate into her forcing shots. She makes the game come to her, and she knew that Benijah Laney and Sabtina, had it going, as well as JJ, and she let them do their thing. And that's the thing that I love about this team, is that everybody does a little bit of something, and everybody in that starting lineup played their part. Everybody on the bench played their part as well. So shout out to the New York Liberty for that. But again, Stewie, rough shooting game. The Washington Mystics do kind of have her number in terms of the way that they guard her. They really disrupt her. And you got people like Sykes, you got people like Clouden, you got EDD with the height, and they have that height to kind of disrupt Stewie. But again, we don't let that get to us because we have the pieces on this team, and to kind of contest against that. So shout out to the New York Liberty for winning. Courtney Vandersloot with the triple single. She had 7 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. It doesn't look crazy on the stat sheet, but those were some quality minutes. She hit a big 3. She's diming the ball as she's doing it. She's playing that sneaky defense that we know Courtney Vandersloot for. So shout out to her. And then 300 playoff career assists. More history, whatever you want to call it, is being made. History from Sabtina Ionescu, because I didn't even speak about our player of the game yet, Sabtina Ionescu. She had 29 points. She had 6 threes. She had 6 rebounds. She had 2 assists, and she also had a steal. She was knocking those 3 balls down, and she came with different levels of petty yesterday. I loved it. I loved every moment of it because she brought the energy. She felt the energy. She completely took over the second half. The second half, she dropped a bunch of threes. Like I said, she hit 7 threes. That is a franchise postseason single game record for 3-pointers made. So congratulations, Sabrina. And then she got the crowd ready. I want to read a quote from her after the game, after the post game, while she was getting the crowd roaring and electric. And she said, "They waved us off our home court last game. We got to show them what it feels like." And Sabrina, congratulations to you. You're an entire mood. You know the picture I'm talking about. I'm going to post the picture up because that's our mood until Tuesday. We are chilling. We know exactly how petty they tried to get with their last post, the Washington Mystics. And, they paid for it last night. And Sabrina, historically, against the Washington Mystics, against the Mystics this season, she has been killing them. She has been killing the Washington Mystics all season. And a fun stat, Sabrina on 3 days rest, she averages over 21 points. So y'all watch out for Sabtina Ionescu. Y'all watch out. Y'all keep resting her. Y'all keep resting her with these 3 days of rest between games, and y'all gonna see what happens. Y'all gonna see what goes down. That's all I gotta see on my New York Liberty today. This is huge. A great win. To the fans now, we definitely came with that energy yesterday, and they feed off of us. Benijah Laney says it all the time. One of her favorite things about playing in New York is the fans. And we need to continue to bring that. But for this game, game 2, the elimination game, we have to turn it up even higher. We got to turn it up a higher notch so that the ladies know what's up, because the elimination games are always the hardest games. Washington, even though Washington has their backs against the wall, they have nothing to lose. They're not the contender. They're not the favorites or anything like that. So all the pressure is going to fall on the New York Liberty. And as I said, I am not expecting to see the New York Liberty get on the road at all for this series. I want to see them close it out on Tuesday at 7 p.m. and take that W. Lastly, before I do close this out, because we need to. Yeah, so the Twitter world is buzzing right now because, everybody always got something stupid to say on Twitter. So there's always some next levels of buffoonery going on Twitter, and somebody saying something crazy. So I'm gonna read a tweet from somebody named Stefan Brody. He or she, I don't know who this person is, said, in the 3 major sports, very possible the Knicks are now the best team in New York City. And that's laughable because it's clear that Stefan doesn't watch sports. You can't claim to be a reporter or whatever you are and have that kind of take, because you're clearly not watching sports. You're not doing your job. But to that, Sabtina Ionescu mentioned, she says, I've seen it. I kept it quiet. We're going to let our work from here on out do the talking, and we'll be able to shut up those people on Twitter that have anything to say about what's been going on with New York sport. Whether people recognize it or not, they will. Facts. Sandy Brondello, she says, I did see the tweets. It's a bit of ignorance, really. People who have been here will tell them how great it is. It's breaking down the barriers. I encourage people that if you just come, you'll fall in love with it. That was Sandy Brondello. And then Jonathan Cobb, our GM, aka the Executive of the Year, congratulations. I saw this course on Twitter this week, which was actually the reverse. It's the first time I've told people, read the comments. They were talking about the best team in New York, the Liberty. Weren't there, and people let them have it. And that's true. So to that, I say, to Jonathan, to Sandy, to Sabrina, and the rest of the team, don't pay attention to these guys. Because New York Liberty Fan TV is here for you. We know what it is. You've seen us throughout Barclays Center every game. And not only Barclays, outside of Barclays, other places, we go and we talk to the fans and we ask them and we educate them on what's going on in New York sports right now. That question that we asked that question intentionally. Who do you think will bring a championship to New York City next? And of all the times, and most of the times, knowledgeable people who watch the sports know that the New York Liberty are the ones who are giving us the greatest chance to hoist a trophy. As a matter of fact, they already brought a trophy with the Commissioner's Cup. We want them to bring the WNBA title next. But as far as anybody saying the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Knicks, the New York Giants, the New York Jets, the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, have y'all been watching anything? I just asked, have y'all been watching anything? Clearly, New York sports has a little bit of curse in it. You've seen Aaron Rodgers go down in 75 seconds. You've seen the New York Giants 40 zip. You've seen the Knicks drop it all in the playoffs in a year that they actually could have went to the conference finals. You see the Yankees and the Mets. They're horrible right now. They're horrible, and I mean that, and I mean that with no disrespect. I have to put respect on the New York Liberty. 32-8, a franchise best. This is their first time playing 40 games in a full year, but this is their franchise best. They are number 2 in the WNBA. They are number 2 in the WNBA and number 1 in the Eastern Conference. To hear anybody say anything besides the New York Liberty come out as the best team in New York sports, you're clearly not watching. So you have a lot of work to do, not only on the self, but on your career. You cannot be a reporter. You cannot call yourself a sports reporter. You cannot call yourself a sports fan, a basketball fan, and then say that the best basketball team in New York is either the Knicks or the Nets. And I'm sorry to pull you in, Nets, as a stray, but You guys are crazy. This goes back to a comment that I saw. Who is the best basketball player? Who are the top 5 basketball players in New York City? And I didn't see Sabtina Ionescu or Breonna Stewart's name on it. And I was livid because I'm like, you guys are putting all of these names up. You guys are putting, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, the best 5 basketball players in New York City currently are Breonna Stewart. I'm not saying it in order. Breonna Stewart, Sabtina Ionescu, Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and Mikal Bridges. Those are the best 5 players in New York City basketball on the professional teams, from the Knicks, Nets, and the New York Liberty. So that, in my humble opinion, again, anybody could have different takes on that, but to not put Sabtina Ionescu or Breonna Stewart in the top 5, the AP, the 3rd time AP Player of the Year. And we saw what Sabrina did, all WNBA 2nd team, and we seen her historic season not only with the 3-ball, but at the 3-point shootout. So you guys aren't watching, say that. If you don't watch women's sports, say that, but stop disrespecting women's sports as if you guys know everything, because you don't. You clearly don't. You clearly don't. If this is your take that the best team in New York might be the New York Knicks, then we've lost. I have no words. I have absolutely no words to say to that. This guy Stephon Brody, whoever this person is, they delete them. Please delete them. And I sincerely hope that this person isn't somebody like profound in media who has a vote on anything on NBA or WNBA, because they clearly are not there. They're not there. Again, this is New York Liberty Fan TV. That's all I wanted to leave y'all with. Stop disrespecting the New York Liberty, the best team in New York City right now, and put some respect on their name, put some respect on women's sports. What they've been doing these last couple of years has been phenomenal. I don't want to keep beating y'all in the head with that. I'm going to close this out by saying the next game is on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. Again, New York Liberty fans, bring that energy. Let's come correct, and let's go beat them Washington Mystics and send them back home, because they always talking that talk. Let's get that tiebreaker and close it out, y'all. This is New York Liberty Fan TV. I am your boy, Rem. Peace.
All we got is us look down the bench like a championship or bust. Next man up. All we got is us look down the bench like a championship or bust. Next man up. Yeah, the strong survive, the will to rise. Get rich or die. I kill for mine. Look in my eyes. Get out the lane. You see the drive. If this a game of thrones for throne, that make me catch a bone. I'm cold. My name is Stone. Born winner. Now all you gotta do is trust. Look at the bench. Yo, the championship a must. We like next man up. They ain't training hard as me. Those 2 a days I hardly sleep. Suicides me 3 a week, but it's just me because they sleep. Roll 2 and P.